Where the UK Independence Party has beaten the governing Conservatives into third place in a key by-election. The Liberal Democrats held the seat, but the vote highlights the ever-growing support for those calling for Britain to exit the EU. RT's Sarah Firth has the story.
People of Eastleigh, what have the main parties given you in 20 years? I'll tell you, absolutely nothing.
This tiny town in England's south is helping to map out the shape of British politics. As parties scrambled to gauge the nation's political mood, Eastleigh was swamped with politicians in a by-election festooned with posters, placards, balloons, and even a few babies' kiss. Well, probably. British politics perhaps not best known for its high drama, but here in Eastleigh, and it's been by-election fever as the political candidates vie for those all-important votes. We've seen parties like UKIP get attention from this that they could only have dreamed of a few years ago. And amid 14 different candidates, it was one party in particular that stood out.
I think there is a feeling, I share it, that we now are run by a political class of people. They all go to the same schools, they all go to the same Oxford colleges, they all take the same degrees, they all marry each other's sisters.
UKIP's firebrand leader's known for raising some eyebrows. He was there backing the party's candidate Diane James every step of the way. The party, once dubbed by David Cameron as fruitcakes and loonies and closet racists, has battled to portray itself as a credible political force. And in Eastleigh, it seems, it's gained some traction.
You going to vote for us?
I will do, yeah.
Very good.
Thank you very much.
What do you think it is about UKIP that's caught people's attention around here?
Maybe slightly refreshing approach than the normal sort of rhetoric that you get.
A lot of people are absolutely sick of mainstream politics because they've got nothing out of it except unemployment.
I think economically UKIP don't know what they're doing. If they get us out of Europe, then we'll be in a real mess.
Whereas once UKIP seemed solely aimed at pulling away from a money-sapping EU, its message on immigration is also increasingly striking a chord, and it's luring voters from both coalition parties. But it's proving tough for UKIP to shake its one-policy party image. And while it's tapped into the anti-Westminster mood, critics say it offers little more than a protest vote. Concerned about the surge in popularity for parties like UK Independence Party?
No, not really. I mean, you know, people...
They're nipping at your heels a bit, though.
Well, that's exactly where they are. They're right down there by our heels somewhere because
they're gaining a lot of support on issues like immigration.
Yeah, well, they say that, but what are they going to deliver? The big question for anybody...
They're calling for a moratorium on immigration.
They can't deliver anything. They are never going to be in power.
A lot of people support them with those calls.
UKIP will not be in power.
They may not be in power, but UKIP's got Britain's major parties on the run and is predicted to leapfrog them at next year's European elections. Nigel Farage himself admits number 10 is an unreachable goal for now.
I think it's unlikely that we're going to be the biggest party in Westminster in 2015. But what we could well do is we could well catalyse some sort of realignment of British politics. Whilst we draw our votes from across the spectrum, it is pretty clear to me that the Conservative Party is now going through, I think, just about its deepest crisis in history. There are two distinct wings of the Conservative Party. They don't agree with each other on virtually anything. And I think if UKIP gets much stronger than it is today, we could see something really new and really quite exciting in British politics.
The by-election has been a litmus test of what voters really think of the parties. It might not change the price of bread in terms of how government runs, but it served as a good opportunity for everyone to get their point across. And love them or hate them, UKIP has certainly livened things up. Sarah Firth, RT, Eastleigh.